Welcome back to Inside the 12. I'm Pete Souza. He is Taylor McHargue, the quarterback. And right now, we're going to go in the quarterback club. My question about this exclusive group is like, do you guys get smokers jackets or is there VIP access? I would know nothing about this club.
Yeah, not that I'm aware. I mean, maybe we can get the Big 12 to send us some pins like this. We'll wear those during the show. But no, I thought week 0, the 3 that we saw on display, really good quarterback performances out of all 3. So you can nitpick a few things here and there. But I think it speaks to, again, the depth at the quarterback position for the league as a whole. We talked about that some last week. We will as the season goes along. But a good first performance for all 3 quarterbacks that we saw out of the Big 12.
This is a great segment for football junkies. You're going to take us inside the film room, and we're going to start with Rocco Becht. Not exactly overwhelming numbers, 14 of 28 for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns.
But delivering the ball down the field late what was most impressive. This touchdown to Brett Eskelson, I thought was maybe his best throw of the day. Look at this window right here. This is a tough throw. The defender between him and his receivers got to drop that in the bucket over the shoulder. Little stop and go. I love the play design. Get the corner in conflict. Receiver Eskelson gets behind him. But this throw was fantastic in wet and rainy conditions from Rocco Becht. I thought he did a fantastic job delivering the ball down the field.
What do you make of that when you see guy throws for 50%, just 2 touchdowns, sacked 4 times, but he makes those winning plays? How does he kind of stand out like that?
Well, I thought early in the game there were issues with ball security, the fumbles that we talked about, and a lot of that was driven by the rain. It was a sloppy surface in Dublin. And I also thought the completions that he had later in the game, these were contested windows. I also thought, we talked about this a week ago, Iowa State did a great job leaning into their strengths with their tight end room. Their key departures at receiver from a year ago aren't there anymore. Thought they maybe lacked a little bit of explosiveness on the outside at receiver. Well, then what do? They go to the deepest tight end room maybe in the country. You saw 13 personnel, 14 personnel, 3 and 4 tight ends on the field, and that benefited Rocco Becht tremendously. And I'll say it one more time to drive this point home. The throws that he made late in the game down the field in contested windows, that to me, along with converting on 4th downs, that was the difference in the game for Iowa State.
He's a special player. He does. He has
No
that
doubt.
thing that you guys have when you're good, you quarterbacks. Let's go to Avery Johnson. It was almost like the opposite of Rocco Becht. His numbers actually looked pretty good, but in watching the game, he didn't knock me off my feet. What did you see?
I thought he did a nice job taking what the defense gave him. In this clip that we're going to show you, this was a savvy throw from Avery Johnson. He had some downfield passes that went for touchdowns, but this was a great throw, leading his receiver, the tight end, away from that defender. You see the corner crashing down on this over route. If he throws this ahead of his receiver, this is either an incompletion, a blown-up player, or an interception. And if you watch how he throws this on the back shoulder, I thought was a fantastic job by Avery Johnson protecting his receiver. And I also thought, we talked a lot about last week, Iowa State playing that 3 high safety look. It's a 3-3-5. They keep everything in front of them. And Avery Johnson, I thought, did a really nice job of taking what the defense gave him. And I think the completion percentage that you saw, a lot of it was underneath throws. In the shot plays that were there, he converted on. Remember, there was a drop touchdown in the end zone as well that he threw on a great ball. So I thought Avery Johnson played really well, played within the system, didn't try to force it, which Kansas State fans will tell you a year ago late in the season when he struggled, that's where it came from. The loss is not on Avery Johnson. I thought he played really well.
Well, one of the things I felt like helped unlock him was Matt Wells. I thought there were some pretty nice play calls there that opened up that offense for Avery Johnson, their new offensive coordinator.
There's no doubt. And I also, the only thing that I would be curious as the season goes along, do they have any more designed quarterback run game?
All right, now we get to go to a brand new facility, not brand new, a reimagined stadium, the new booth, they're calling it, in Lawrence. But this is not new. Jalen Daniels back to being Jalen Daniels, 18 for 20, almost flawless in this game.
And return to that form that we saw a few years ago, was hurt for most of 2023. 2024 felt like he regressed some. This looked like the version when he burst on the scenes in 2022. This clip here is a great example of a quarterback using his eyes to moving a safety off his spot. This touchdown to Keaton Kubeka is the only score in the second half for Kansas. But watch how he looks to his left, holds that field safety, and then works back to the boundary to hit Keaton Kubeka. Love the route design as well. This is that faking like it's a hitch, burst to the middle of the field. But this is all about the eyes of Jalen Daniels and being patient. The other thing that I loved for Kansas in this Week 0 matchup, they had so many wrinkles from Jeff Zebrowski, the offensive coordinator, on selling either zone read or option, and then there were passes off of it, whether it was the wheel route into the boundary, flat to the field. There were so many looks that put the defenders in conflict positions because Jalen Daniels showed early in that game, as he has in his career, that he can run the football, and he's a danger with his legs. And I thought the play designs from Jeff Zebrowski were fantastic. The only thing that I would love to see for Kansas and for this offense as a whole in Jalen Daniels, take shots off of Jalen Daniels. He did take too many hits in this Week 0 matchup against Fresno, and as they move into league play, they've got to figure out a way to take some hits off of him.
Yeah, because you know he's going to try to beat teams with his feet, so he's going to put himself in harm's way as far as that design is concerned, but you don't want him to do it right, like unforced errors, getting back there.
Yeah, have to protect. This is a guy that has the capability to take Kansas not only to bowl eligibility, to really be a dark horse in this league, and they've got to keep him healthy in order for that to happen. All
right, we're going to stick around. We want you to as well. Todd McShay going to get into the quarterbacking class and all the pro prospects in the Big 12. When we come back, we're talking to the best draft analysts in the country here on Inside the 12.